This video is a walkthrough of the Smarter Balanced Assessment Dashboard on Montana's Longitudinal Data System, GEMS, for the growth and enhancement of Montana's students. For a more general tutorial of navigating and using the GEMS interactive dashboards, watch the GEMS dashboard navigation video first. This video covers more specific features of the SBAC dashboard. SBAC stands for the Smarter Balanced Assessment Consortium. In Montana, all students grades 3 through 8 take the SBAC in the spring as part of the suite of state-mandated assessments for the purposes of state and federal reporting. The SBAC dashboard on GEMS highlights students' participation and proficiency on the SBAC over time. This dashboard contains 4 pages to display the performance and the proficiency of 3rd through 8th grade students on math and ELA assessments over time. These pages include the overview page, students at or above proficiency, average score trends by percentiles, and participation. The default of this dashboard is to display data for the subject area of ELA, or English Language Arts, but you can always toggle between the 2 subject area assessments using the filter within the dashboard environment. There are several other filters within the dashboard environment, including the ability to examine different school years, by school locations for county, school district, or specific school locations, the assessment taken, either the math or ELA assessment or the alternate, and by grade level for grades 3 through 8. Additional filters can also be selected using the slicer menu, which can be found using the downward pointing arrow in the upper left-hand corner of the dashboard environment. The bar graph on the overview page displays the percent of students scoring in the 4 different proficiency levels for the school location selected. Right now, the entire state of Montana is selected. Red is for those students scoring novice, yellow for students scoring nearing proficient, green for those students scoring proficient, and blue for those students who have scored in the advanced category. By hovering over one of the bars for the proficiency levels of a particular school year, the counts of students in each of these proficiency levels will also be provided. You may notice across the assessment dashboards, including this dashboard on the math and ELA assessment for grades 3 through 8, that no data appears for the 2019-2020 school year. This is due to the COVID pandemic. More information can be found by using the COVID disclaimer tab in the bottom of the dashboard environment. Navigating next to the students at or above proficiency page. Again, here in this visualization, we see a break in the longitudinal data for the 2019-2020 school year due to the pandemic. If the entire state of Montana is selected in the school location filter, only one line will appear on this line graph visualization. However, if a specific school location, either county or district or a unique school is selected, 2 lines will appear on this line graph. The yellow is the statewide percent of students who are scoring at or above proficiency, and the blue for the specific selected school location or locations. This visualization allows you to make comparisons between those selected schools and the state. As we navigate to the next page of the dashboard, you'll notice that the selections we make in the school location filter remain as we navigate to this next page. This page provides the average score trends by percentiles for a unique grade on one subject area assessment. Unlike the overview page and the students at or above proficiency page, it's a single select option to see only one grade level at a time. Both the overview and the students at or above proficiency page display data for all grade levels combined. The interactive capability of the dashboards on GEMS allow you to get specific and disaggregate data. We open up the slicer menu Let's say, for example, we wanted to take a look at white female students who receive free or reduced lunches within the Bozeman Elementary School District. The graph is now only displaying average scale score by percentiles for white female students receiving free or reduced lunch on the subject area math test in grade 4 for Bozeman Elementary students. You may notice that we have limited insight to only the 2016, 2017, and 2021 school years. We may better understand why we don't see data for the 2018 and 2020 school year if we turn this graph into a table. Any visualization on the dashboard in GEMS can be turned into a table. By hovering over the visualization itself, two icons appear in the upper right-hand corner. The first is focus mode, and the second is an ellipses for more options. If you select the ellipses icon, you'll be provided the option to show the visualization as a table. Examining this visualization now in table format, we see that the 2018-2019 school year only had 14 students, and the 2020-2021 school year only had 18 students who fall into our specifications. You'll notice that the data for both of these rows are provided with asterisks. This is because as we break those total students tested, 14 and 18 for these 2 years, across the percentile groups, those student counts become very small. Anytime an asterisk is provided, GEMS is masking that data to protect student identity. Returning to the dashboard environment, we'll navigate next to the participation page. Navigating to this last page, it's important to note that not only has our school location filter for Bozeman Elementary Schools remained, but also the filter selections in the slicer menu have remained as well. We are still only examining white female students who receive free or reduced lunch. However, on the average score trends by percentiles page, single select is enacted, so we were only examining 4th grade female students. However, on this page, we are once again now looking at all grade levels. If we wanted to continue looking at only 4th grade students, we can make the single selection here. Both visualizations on this last page of the dashboard are focused on displaying student participation on the selected subject area assessment. The line graph provides the percent of students who were assessed, and the table below provides both the percent of students assessed and the count of students tested longitudinally for the years selected. Visualizations interact with each other whenever there's more than one on a page of a dashboard. For example, if I select only the 2018-2019 school year in the table, only the 2018-2019% will be provided in the line graph above. Hovering over any data point will also provide a tooltip. In this case, it provides the percent of students assessed, the count of students assessed, the percent of students not assessed, and the count of students not assessed. We'll notice that the count of students not tested is masked here in this scenario because we've disaggregated to female students who are white, receiving free or reduced lunch in the 4th grade, specifically in the Bozeman Elementary Schools. And in this case, those selections have narrowed that student count of students not tested to a small enough count that it's going to be masked. Data in a dashboard on GEMS can also be exported directly to your computer. Hovering over any visualization in GEMS, those two icons appear once again in the upper right-hand corner. The first for focus mode, and the second the ellipses for more options. Once again, selecting this ellipses, the first option is to export data. Here, two options can be selected to view either as an XLSX or an Excel file or a CSV. In most scenarios, the Excel file will be most applicable. Once you've selected your file type, export the data, and it will download directly to your computer. Opening up the file, you can then examine the data in this format. Lastly, if you ever come across a data element you want to know a little bit more about, you can navigate to the Data Definitions and Explanations tab at the bottom of the dashboard environment. Here, a summary is provided for each of the dashboard pages, as well as descriptions and definitions for every data element used within the dashboard. You now know how to navigate the SBAC Dashboard. You have a basic understanding of what data are contained, and you know how to utilize the Data and Definitions page to explore any concept or data you want to know more about. With these skills, tools, and knowledge, you should be able to confidently start exploring the SBAC student achievement in Montana. If you have any further questions, don't hesitate to reach out to the GEMS help desk.